Hello and welcome to Education Technology Professionals. I'm Mr. KERSHNER, our Director of STEM Education. In this video we're going to be looking at another way to make a game in Tynker. So far we've looked at just using the general block coding, just the basic blocks, and building a game from there. We've looked at how to build a sample game, which I have provided. We've also looked at how to add a score. In this video, we're going to take another look and look at a special group of blocks, a special style of programming that Tynker has created called the level editor. And we'll be looking at that in the platform option. They also have a top-down option. Now, platform, you're familiar with that kind of with like side-scrolling games such as Mario or other games where you're looking in on the side, where it's a 2D game where we're looking at the side and the character can run back and forth. Upward movements are usually jumps rather than just walking up, whereas a top-down is more of a 3D style map where the character can walk around on the map. Something more along the lines of the Pokemon games, or if you're into classic gaming, perhaps something like The Legend of Zelda. So let's head on over to Tynker and we'll see what we've got there. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and open up this level editor demo that I've created. Now I've taken the liberty of adding the background to it, of kind of just putting in some platforms, and you'll see that over here on the right in our stage. You'll see the area where we've got, and we can now add actors. The problem is the level editor is not available right here, and so what we need to do to get to the level editor is up here by your name where you're signed in. You'll see these three dots. If you click on those dots at the bottom, you've got the option of Back to Classic. So you want to click on Back to Classic, and that will then bring up this other screen. We're just going to wait for it to load. There we go. And now over here you see where you have a choice between Code and Level Editor, just off to the left of middle at the top of your screen. So now if we click Level Editor, we've got the options to edit our level. Now you'll see that I've already got a tile here following my mouse around, my mouse pointer. And that is the default. So it picks the first tile over here, and that is the default because when you first come into the level editor, they're expecting that you want to build your world. Now we're zoomed in, and again, being zoomed in here in the upper left corner of the world is the default. I'm going to go ahead, click on the minus magnifying glass down here to zoom out, and you'll see that we've got a fairly large world. Now again, we were kind of up here in the top, off to the left a little bit is where we started by default, but you can build all this world. Now I've just added these blocks here, these tiles, to just give us something to work with as we go. So we'll go ahead and zoom back in a little bit. If you add under the tiles, they just go ahead and go through. So again, I'm just dragging now. I'm holding the mouse button down and just kind of drawing as I go. You'll notice over here I have 3 times and 5 times. So if I have a lot of space I want to fill in, now it's going to add 3 blocks rather than just 5, and I can fill in, or rather than just 1 rather, and I can fill in a lot faster. And 5 just makes it that much larger. If here, before you start drawing, you decide you want to do a top-down rather than a platformer, here then are the tiled and character options for the top-down. And again, that's more of a 3D world. Here in the platformer, it's just 2D. We're looking in from the side. The top-down is more the camera up and angled down a little bit over the field and over the players. We're going to go ahead and continue with the platformer, however. Alright, now one of the nice things about using the level editor is when we add characters, when we add actors, it automatically adds a lot of code for us. So we can pretty much lay out, and we can make changes if we want, but a lot of the game, a lot of the gameplay, moving the characters around, interactions with other characters, interactions with the collectibles, things to give you points, things to increase your health, even an invincibility collectible. All of those are already programmed for us. Again, we can make changes, but we don't necessarily need to. So we have our tiles here. If you look here, we have our heroes. And again, in both the platformer and on the top-down, once we're in the level editor, all of our characters are divided into two teams, the heroes and the villains. And then once we get in the code, we'll find they're called the good guys and the bad guys, respectively. So I'm going to go ahead and add Cody. So I'm going to go ahead and drag him over, and I'm just going to put him where I want him to be when the game starts. Click there, and there he is. Now again, you'll notice that I've got the arrow here, and now I'm no longer dragging that block around. Now I have the selection tool, and I can put my actor, put Cody where I want him. Alright, now that's the level editor. I can lay things out while I'm here. I can go ahead and add some bad guys. So let me drag this villain over and put him here. And I'll drag this walking villain over and put him here. And again, I'm pulling over, but then I have to click when I get there. I'll put this knight there. Now, because I've got the arrow and not the tile, I can drag and I can move my world around. I'll put a couple of these flyer guys here. There's one there. Drag him over. There we go. Put him there. And then I'm going to go ahead and take one of these boss villains and I'm going to put him down here. Alright, so now I've got my villains in. Let's go ahead and add some awards. So I'm going to go ahead and put a couple of coins here for my hero to collect. And we'll put a couple more coins up here after these villains. There we go. Didn't want to let go. And then once I get past all those villains, and before I get to my boss, I'll go ahead and put a heart here to increase my health. And we'll put an invincibility star there, so that when I meet the boss, I'll have about 10 seconds of invincibility. Alright, so now that we have these in and laid out, let's head over and take a look at our code. So up here by level editor, I'm going to go ahead and click on code. And now you'll see we've got all of our actors here. I don't yet have any code for my stage. I'm going to go ahead and make the work area larger. I don't have any code for my stage. That's okay. I'm going to go ahead and click on Cody, my actor, and here you can see the code that was put in for me. So when I press the left arrow, he walks left 10 blocks. So as long as I hold the arrow down, he keeps moving. Right arrow moves him to the right. Up, he jumps. This game is automatically programmed for double jump. So if I press the up arrow and he's jumping, and I press the up arrow again, he will double jump and go a little bit higher than he did with the first jump. Otherwise, if he's not already jumping, he'll just do the initial jump. Down arrow is a slam move, where I can come, slam down, and then when S is pressed, he shoots, and when A is pressed, he attacks. And for this actor, the attack is a bite. He is a monster, after all. All right, and so these are options that we have. And right now, actually, with just doing that, our game is playable. So let me go ahead and start playing. So we've got that. We can see him going. All right. So I can press S to shoot, and he shoots the character. Oh, I lost the other one. He ran away. And I press A to attack there. And try to shoot him. But as you can see, we can play the game. So let's go ahead and stop the game. We'll go back. And there's one more thing that I do want to show you in the level editor. So let's go back to the level editor. Again, we've got the tiles, we've got the heroes, the villains, the awards. We also have these widgets. And these widgets are automatic score and health monitors. So I can take the widget and I can add it here. And now I can go ahead and drag it wherever I want. That's my score widget, and I can grab the other one, drop it there, and that is my health bar for Cody. Oh, don't want to, there we go. Alright, so now I have a score and a health bar for Cody. So let's go ahead and play, and now you'll see that the score is 0. And as I go, you'll see the score automatically goes up when I collect the coins. Oh, but I lost my, I lost them went off the edge, so we'll have to fix that code. Oh, they went behind. Alright, they went behind the board. You'll see they stayed in place, but as I went to the right, they went behind the tiles. For some reason, those tiles come to the front, but that's okay. We know how to fix that because we've been using Tynker and we understand code. So we're going to come down to the score, and you see all this code. Alright, already added for us, but we do want to make certain that we go to the looks and we bring it to the front. So you want to come to layers and just say go to front. So we'll do that for the score. Let's go to health, and on start, I want to go to layers and go to front. Alright, so that's another way that you can go about building a game in Tynker. Again, the good news with using either the platformer or top-down and the level editor is a lot of that is already done for you. Again, just remember, go to the dots in the upper right-hand corner. You can click, sorry, you can go to the dots in the upper right-hand corner on the Tynker site, click back to Classic, and then once you're in Classic, you'll be able to switch between the level editor and the code, and a lot of this is done for you automatically. Alright, I hope you are having lots of fun with Tynker. I hope you are safe and well, and as always, we look forward to seeing you in the classroom soon.